Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I wanted to take a look at a future Bitcoin prediction that I recently came across that uses the 4-year cycle and goes all the way to 2050. Now, when you talk about a prediction like this, and they've got predictions for many of these coins, they're pretty much all useless outside of Bitcoin. The reason I say that is because when you're talking about predicting a cryptocurrency, the easiest way to do that is to look at its past price history, and Bitcoin is really one of the only coins that's been through 3, 4 cycles, and so you can kind of predict based on the previous cycle tops, comparing them. We can, to a degree, predict what Bitcoin is going to do in the future. Now, a lot of people think Bitcoin is going to transform in the future and become literal digital gold, and it could actually be better than gold, considering it cannot increase in total supply. Gold always increases, albeit a very small 1 to 2% per year, but it always increases in supply. If you look at Bitcoin right now, it's sitting at around $2 trillion in market cap. Gold is at 22.5 trillion. So Bitcoin would have to do a 10x to reach gold's total market cap, and gold is the most valuable asset in terms of market cap. So Bitcoin at 104K, basically you just take a look at the prediction right here, and we're going to kind of go through this on what this model projects. So when it comes to Bitcoin, you can see, according to this model, they think, and this is something that I would disagree with, but this is just what it is in terms of when the cycle top is going to be. We do think there will be an actual cycle top because of the 4-year cycle. After the halving, there's a delay period, and then we have the top. They're saying the top could come in mid to late August is what they're currently projecting. Obviously, this is just thrown out there based off of the previous cycles, the timing of it. We would say that sometime this fall, there will be the Bitcoin top, and then a month or two later, you're going to have the alt season. Is it going to align similar to what happened in 2017, 2018, to where we had the, what was it? Why can't I think of this month? December. We had the December, January. December was BTC season. January, well, it's always basically always BTC season outside of alt season, but you had the BTC season, and then right when 2018 hit, you had the alt season. Is it going to be something like that, or is it going to happen earlier? Well, they're saying in this it's going to happen a bit earlier. They're saying the top is going to be around 180K. People will dispute that. They'll say, well, no, because of the ETF adoption, because of all this stuff, maybe the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which I hope happens. I mean, imagine if that happened, we'd probably go to 400 or 500K, because that's a total embrace of cryptocurrency from the US government if you're buying 5% of the supply, like the Bitcoin Act says. But people don't think that's going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. It's unrealistic. Would they really sell all that gold to buy Bitcoin, which I don't think is going to be nearly as volatile as it's been in the past, because the market cap is just so ridiculously high, and so much of the supply is going to be hung up in ETFs for decades. But they say the high is going to be around 180K, which honestly is realistic. Again, we'll see what happens, and then you can just see how they model this out. You see how they model this out. The high this cycle, which would be, according to this model, August of this year, August of 2025, is like about 180K. They say the next cycle top would be sometime in August of 2029, which would be around 300K, which obviously would, I mean, we're talking about slow growth, and you can kind of see as it goes on. I do think it is cool how this models out, just because I never seen something like this, to where you can see the 4-year cycle working, and you see it, the next top in 2029 around 300K, it goes down to a cycle low of 150. The next top 455, it goes down to a cycle low of 200. The next top, they say 700K, that's in 2037. I mean, at that point, you think with inflation it'd be higher than that. I don't know if it's factoring in inflation, but then finally they get over a million. They say it gets over a million around 2040. Around 2044, it goes to around 2 million. Around 2048, 2049, it goes to around 3 million. And so, 3 million from here, that's a 30x, but that would take you many, many years to 2050. That would take you 2.5 decades. So I think this is interesting to look at, just because I've never seen it illustrated this way in terms of, and you do have to think like, there just can't be this, because we saw it go from 69K, which was the cycle high in 21, all the way down to 15, 14K. Is it going to lose that much value ever again to where, I mean, I don't think Bitcoin, let's just say it goes to 180K. I don't think it goes below 100K ever again. Now, you could say, I mean, I wonder what this would project in terms of that. Yeah, it actually has it going below 100K. That's interesting. It does have it during the doldrums of the bear in 2027, 2028. It does have it going under 100K. But, this is just one of those models. I just find it interesting to look at this. And by the way, if you see, and to me, it doesn't really matter with these projections. I just find them interesting. The Ethereum projections are just horrible. Just absolutely terrible because of how bad it's performed. Like, just look at this. I mean, it doesn't even have it mimicking a 4-year cycle, but it has Ethereum to 2050 only going to 17,000. That's why I would throw this away. I mean, I think Ethereum could reach still 10K, because think about what Ethereum's done. I mean, Ethereum went all the way down to 1,500. It's back up to 2,500. Its all-time high is 4,000. Maybe, I think more realistically for Ethereum, based off of the poor price performance we've seen, I mean, this is really late in the cycle now. With Ethereum, if Ethereum was really going to reach 10K, it probably should be at around 5,000 or 6,000 right now, not 2,500. So I can understand that. But what does this model project? I mean, it would be at an all-time high, to be fair. So they do have it hitting an all-time high. That would be right after the Bitcoin high. But I think they're a little bit wrong in terms of the timing. Not that it matters. I think it's going to be a bit later. I think it'll be later. And we'd love to get rate cuts. We would love that. I don't think we're going to get rate cuts, though, fast enough. If this is going to happen in August and September and October, it's just not going to happen quick enough. But it's interesting to see this model. I'm interested to see what XRP would be, what they have XRP doing, because XRP has had some really, yeah. I mean, this is, to me, I never would buy XRP. I know there's a huge community that loves XRP and thinks it's going to go to $100. How is XRP going to go to $100 when it currently has a market cap of 127 billion? I mean, I guess if it rivaled Bitcoin, but it's like, come on. I just don't see it. But either way, for Bitcoin, they say $3 billion by 2050 based off of this. Would you take that? I mean, honestly, it is a lot, but that is 25 years from now. We'll see. They say 150, but the high is 3 billion. $3 billion by 2048. That's funny. But a cycle high of 180, it doesn't surprise me. I wouldn't, honestly, the cycle high probably, if you look at the previous price history of Bitcoin, think about the cycle tops. 19.5K. This was 2017, 2018, really late 2017, 19.5K. 2021, April of 2021, 69K. Now we're into 2025. Going from 69, what do we get? A 3x, 3.5x? I mean, it's the law of diminishing returns. But I do think at some point, I mean, the thing is once you get high enough, you just need a 2x and you'll be, I mean, that's why even investing now to where at 100K, even if you buy one Bitcoin, even if you're a younger person, you buy one Bitcoin, you just leave it there. I mean, as digital gold, this would be not even adopting the strategic reserve. I think if they adopt the strategic reserve, it would be at probably 300 or 400K easily, because that would be the U.S. government really embracing Bitcoin to the 10th degree. But I don't know. I just find it interesting to see the 4-year cycle here. And I mean, Bitcoin is here to stay. There's no doubt about it. It is digital gold. It can only be burnt. It cannot be, I mean, that's why they call it a hedge against inflation. And they say, well, it's too volatile. Well, if it's got a $2 trillion market cap, is it really going to have that much volatility in the future? Probably not. I mean, it's obviously in a maturing period. Bitcoin, it's still very young. 2009 to 2025, 16 years old. So it's a very young asset. So it's going through a maturing period, but yeah, it's interesting to see this illustrated this way, and we'll have to see if it does reach $3 billion by around 2048, 2049. But either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video.